It's really a challenge for the intellectual, emotional connection to this play for somebody as young as like a 9th grader who has maybe never done a show before.
Right now, we're about 3 weeks into rehearsal. We are starting to block and stage how the act and the scenes are going to flow.
This play is based off of the Salem witch trials, which I think occurred in Massachusetts during the time of like the Pilgrims. And at the time, religion was very overpowering.
So can you make a note of that? Okay, let's keep going.
Part of these witch trials consists of being faithful to, the Christian religion, and when you practice witchcraft, you're not being faithful, and then you should be killed. And so it's very intense.
I think this is our second month in rehearsal.
And how do you think it's going so far?
It's going really well. It's really well casted. It's really exciting. It's a really different play than I would think most high school students would do. It's very deep. I am playing Tituba. I watch over the main girls in the show, and they try to blame the witchcraft that's been happening on me. I'm writing the score for the play. I think I'm having most trouble trying to find out what exactly the play is going to look like in the end, and I don't know. I have so many ideas that I want to incorporate in the score, but I'm not really sure how to do it.
Right behind us, we're working on Act 1, Scene 2. And it is right after the scene where Betty wakes up and starts to accuse people of witchcraft, so it's one of the large and significant parts of the show. It's very hard. I have to play.
I can't. Oscar, I can't. It's impossible. Okay? Impossible.
So today, I've cut out most of the fabric for the skirts, the women's vests, and the men's coats, and we're working on constructing those. Katya, who's designing the costumes, she's doing some really great sewing as well. And Maggie is kind of learning to sew and doing a lot of the hand sewing.
What I like about constructing the costumes or clothing in general is I think it's cool to be able to have this idea in your head and to be able to draw it out and then to be actually able to construct it and it to be a real 3D thing. When figuring out the costumes, we wanted to keep it pretty simple. So we have 4 categories for each group of people: women, girls, the higher status men, and the farmers. My way of thinking about it is a mix between Pilgrims and The Matrix. I did the poster art for the play this year, and my inspiration was mainly from meetings with Mr. Christgau, where he went through what he his vision for the show, and he gave me a bunch of reference images, and basically I came back with 10 or 12 sketches, and he went through and picked out the ones he liked, and then I made it a final version. The hardest part about the costumes is, I actually have no experience sewing or making costumes, so it's really all a really intense learning curve, but it's good. It's good to learn a new skill. I think the hardest part is probably using a sewing machine. For me, I find it so complicated.
From the doors, not from the windows. That's where this track, I think it's all going to work out, but that's where it is. This is the first play at the new Dwight Commons, and we've only had the Commons in existence since really late in the summer. And so everything that's happening here is brand new. the way this is being used for this performance is different than it's going to be used for, say, the next performance that we have in here. And it's just, from the outset, the vision for this place is that it's able to be used in multiple ways.
So they're actually a little bit big. Maggie, when I give you the iPad, can you make a note? We're gonna take these in 1.25 inches at the center back.
Well, they're a little bit large, but it's not a problem.
But I mean, the play is really soon.
Oh,
These pants aren't
it's
ready.
open.
Yeah, that's a problem. But
That's me.
we have a very good crew, and I'm sure they'll figure it out.
We've had rehearsal every day of the week for the past 2 weeks, and before that we were having 2 to 3 rehearsals a week for about a month. In a traditional play, the layout would be the audience is sitting here and they're watching the play happen in front of them, and that's it. We're doing it what's called in the round, which is the play is happening in the center, and the audience is sitting all around us, or like in a half circle.
The actual line, because I think...
Yeah, and you bound yourself to a service. Yeah, that's right. Let's just go from praise God one more time.
Praise to God, man.
Ever since I've been here, my watchword has been, these are artists. They have a long way to go, but they're legitimate artists who can make a legitimate contribution to anything they're working on.